How are you? Good morning. I'd like to welcome you to our February Ask the Director. We're going to start by talking about work orders. So we are participating in a new software program with ACTS, and there's actually 4 communities that are piloting the new software program. It's called TELS program, and we will be implementing the new software on March 6th. Now, that's not going to change anything for residents, but our team members will be trained on how to use the new work order system. And there's actually 2 phases to the implementation. The first phase will be how the team members will receive work requests or work orders. And then the second phase is where we will put preventative maintenance items into the work order system. The first phase will start on March 6th, so you'll probably see team members using different features on their, I don't know if they have iPads or what they'll be using, but they'll have something different that they'll be learning about. And then on April 1st, we will have the second phase, which is where we'll put all the preventative maintenance work orders into the system. So it's not going to really change your experience. We hope that it will make us more efficient, and that's the goal of the new work order program. So we'll be interested to hear feedback from the consumers, and if you will, as we roll that out. Wanted to just mention the workshop. We do have policies that we need to follow with the workshop. There's a application and a release form that we ask residents who use the workshop to fill and complete. And those policies have recently been updated. In addition, we will be having a safety inspection, I believe, in April. So our corporate office will be here to conduct a safety inspection of the workshop. So they take it very seriously that the workshop be safe, and we have the policies designed to protect those who use the equipment in the workshop. So if you are in the workshop, you may be called to complete and update your forms. Marty does have those forms, so if you are one of the residents who uses the workshop, please stop and see Marty so that we can update your information. So coming to a parking lot near you, we are going to actually be implementing the boot system. And residents are so frustrated when they come home and someone's parked in their paid parking spot. And typically it could be a private duty aid. We have a lot of aides on property, and not all aides know what the rules are. So we want to make sure to let them know what the rules are, and we need your help in doing so. So visitors and employees only can park in non-guest spots. When I say visitors, I mean private duty aides. So anyone that's coming here to work privately for you, please ask them not to park in guest spots. The front entrance, that front circle, and the parking spots around the front circle, I know 90% of those parked there are private duty aides. We will be implementing a letter that we'll be handing out to the aides very soon, letting them know where to park, where not to park, letting them also know that we will be booting violators. So residents are super frustrated, and I honestly don't blame them. Also, family members, they come to visit you and they can't find a spot. We work in your home, and so we need to obey the parking rules. So Ross is going to be purchasing about 5 boots, and I suspect once we implement it, we will correct the problem quickly. And then as we get new private aids, we might have to boot more people, but I don't think it will be a problem like it will be initially. Any questions on the parking boot? Judy?
I remember, this is quite a while ago. I don't know what was going on here, but someone had taken I finally started a lot of people, including me,
Yeah, we ask that you not park on the sod because it really does ruin the sod over time. Well, hopefully we'll correct the problem and then you'll have parking spots.
no, this wasn't because of that. This was because there was something going on.
Okay, Ross, do you have a thought on that?
Yes, when we do. The question is, where do we park when we're having events and there are multiple cars here? So a special day. Additionally, we're going to have construction in 2 of the parking lots. While we have that, we're going to be short many parking spaces. So we do ask that you park along the perimeter road if you are affected, but we don't want you to park in the grass. We'd like you to park parallel on the outside of the perimeter road with your 2 passenger tires in the gutter, in the concrete gutter, not on the grass. We'll just parallel park you then. But that's just really for the construction. Once the construction is done, we'll have plenty of parking. We ask that anyone who does not have an assigned space and is not a resident guest, that they park in any of the many yellow spaces that we have marked. There are yellow spaces in all of the parking lots, and that's where we want all of the private duty and our team members and our vendors to park. But yeah, if you do have to park along the outside, like when we do valet, we ask that you not park in the grass, but just parallel with your passenger tires in the gutter.
So guest parking is strictly for families, for friends who are visiting, not for private duty aides. And when I say private aides, I don't just mean nursing aides. I mean housekeepers, anyone that's privately working for a resident. We ask that you park in the yellow spots. And we need your help to convey that message to those who come in. We appreciate people who work here, but we need parking for your guests as well.
What about the construction guys that come here and park their vehicles in the area that says 10-minute parking only, and they're there the whole day?
Well, when you see that, if you would call the front desk, and then maintenance will address it with the particular person. Usually they should just be emptying their truck and then moving their truck. So if they stay there, that's not fair to you as well. Thank you. Any other? Nope. Okay. So I wanted to share, we have a new board of directors member. Her name is Linda Chamberlain. She is an attorney by background, and she has joined the ACTS Retirement Life Community Board. She is a Florida board certified elder law attorney. She's practiced in the Clearwater area since 1991. And she helps with Medicaid planning, long-term care, and disability issues. That is her specialty. She also serves on the board of Meese Life, and so it just made sense with the affiliation that she also joined the ACTS board. So there was a letter that came out that we posted, but I just wanted to share with all of you her appointment. Okay, so I'd like to invite you to a special meeting on March 13th. Leading Age Southeast, which is the association that we're members of. Leading Age Southeast is a association we've been members of for many, many years. They represent CCRCs. And of the 71 CCRCs, which is continuing care retirement communities, in Florida, they have 70 of the 71 as members. So they represent the majority of CCRCs in our state. We will be having a live stream event in this room at 10:30 on March 13th. Steve Baumer, who is the president and CEO for Leading Age Southeast, will be at Indian River, live and in person, to discuss the proposed bill that will affect Edgewater, Axe, and you as residents. The bill contains changes to Chapter 651, which is the Florida statute that oversees CCRCs in our state. And there's sweeping changes to this bill that will have financial implications that we, as a provider, disagree with. And we are asking that the bill not be implemented. And we want to share the reasons why we feel that way. So Leading Age Southeast has agreed to provide a presentation, and all of the Axe communities in Florida are being invited to attend, and it will be a live stream event. If you have questions, we'll be able to have you ask those questions during the presentation. The bill is very long and was not, none of the providers participated in reviewing the bill before it was written by the Office of Insurance Regulations. And therefore, we feel that there's a lot of consequences in the bill that will adversely affect Florida CCRCs, and it will ultimately affect you if the bill gets passed as it's hopefully it won't get passed, but as it was written, it will negatively affect Florida CCRCs. So we are asking you to attend this very important meeting. It will be on March 13th at 10:30. Any questions related to that?
1 second, Bob.
Who is sponsoring the bill?
So there's a gentleman in Miami Lakes, who is going to sponsor it, and there are no CCRCs in his district. And in the Senate, I believe it's somewhere on the West Coast. So there's two different, the House and the Senate have sponsors. I don't believe it's been submitted yet. Richard, have you heard if it's been submitted? They have until next Tuesday to submit the bill. The bill contains other insurance-related changes, so it's one bill, but it also affects our industry. So it not only affects our industry, but there's other parts to the bill that pertain to other types of insurance.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Bob. Okay, and so just a few things that are coming up in the month of March. We have the, what are they called? They're called...
Sam Wash U's a cappella group is coming here for a special engagement.
Thank you,
spring
on
break.
March 10th. So there is no bingo that night. and they are visiting on spring break, so we hope that you'll enjoy them. 7:30, March 10th. Okay, and then we also have our Olympiacs coming to St. Andrews Estates on March 12th. We have a great team that's going to be competing, and I'm confident that we are going to bring home the gold. So that's March 12th, and wish our team lots of luck. So what's cooking? Darren Dawkins. So on March 14th at 1 p.m., the new Residence Club will be hosting an event where Darren will talk about the latest and greatest culinary changes. And then, of course, we have St. Patty's Day on March 17th, where we will have a bee poolside music and party with green treats and fun. That will be March 17th from 1:30 to 2:30. And we have a new program, Open Mic Poetry, on March 25th at 7:30 p.m. It will be upstairs in the Great Room, and we ask that you bring your favorite poem. You sign up at the main lobby bulletin board, and you bring your own drinks and snacks to the table. So speaking of table, I'm very thrilled to tell you that the bistro tabletops are actually in Palm Beach County. So they were shipped, and I've been tracking them. And this morning, in preparation for this meeting, I went on to the tracker, and they are in West Palm Beach en route to us. So either today or tomorrow, the bistro tables will be here. Now, that is just the tabletops. We're going to be reusing the actual, I don't know what you call them. Base tables. Thank you. So the base of the tables we will be reusing, but the tabletops themselves are in the county. So once they arrive, we will be putting them together. And we shouldn't have any delays in service in the bistro. We'll be doing it in between service hours, but just know that you'll see new tabletops very shortly. Speaking of culinary, birthday night, we're doing 2 seatings. And beginning in March, we'll have hors d'oeuvres back in the lobby. So join us for birthday night. Out of curiosity, how many of you liked the two seatings? Anyone dislike the 2 seatings? Okay, so I think that change was what we needed, and we look forward to seeing you on birthday night. And just wanted to remind everyone that our anniversary lunches are going to be conducted a little differently this year. Anniversary lunches will be extended to all residents based on when you moved in. And we're starting a different tradition this year. We are going to offer a chef's table. And so the concept behind the chef's table is that we will have a personalized experience at the table, and our chef will be designing the menu. Now, the menu, there is no substitutes. So if you don't like the menu, and we'll be posting the menu with the invite, then it's up to you to decide not to come. But we will not have substitutions for the menu. And we will be pairing every course with a wine. So it should be really a lot of fun. And we look forward to the first one in April. And those of you who moved in January through April will be invited to the April Chef's Table. So likely those invites will go out next week with the menu, and you can see what the Chef's Table menu looks like, and then make a determination if you'd like to attend. I think you'll enjoy it, and I hope you do attend. So tomorrow our homestead exemptions are due, and so I'll be bringing them up to the Palm Beach County Department today, this afternoon. We had over 270 apartments that qualify for the homestead exemption, and just wanted to say thank you to those of you who were able to fill out the homestead exemption. That saves ACTS and you significant dollars in terms of property taxes each year. And so we benefit as well as the residents benefit with lower taxes. And then also I want to thank Mary Lou Gladstone for having her chocolate fountain and treats for Valentine's Day. Many residents took part in the fundraiser, and that fundraiser supports the enrichment fund, which is part of the foundation. And those dollars actually stay here and will be used to benefit Edgewater. So how is our occupancy? Our current occupancy is 89.57%. But when you add those who have committed or selected an apartment, our occupancy committed and selected number goes to 95.87%. So we're climbing in the right direction. And that's a wrap for me. At this point, I'd like to open the meeting up to any other topics you might have or suggestions.
If you can just wait for the microphone.
Thank you. Susan, our C building elevator has been damaged by a resident. As you know, it's been a couple of months. Is there any work order for that?
So Ross, there's a piece of metal, I think, that was damaged.
And the
floor in C building elevator. No, C.
No, C building, A elevator.
A elevator,
Yeah.
C, okay. I'm looking at Ross, okay. He's gonna get on it, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So speaking of elevators, the next group of elevators to be modernized will be the Willowbrook Court and Oak Birch Terrace elevators. We have a purchase order with Delaware Elevators, and as soon as they have all the equipment to modernize that elevator, we will have those two elevators upgraded, just like we did in this building with the lobby elevator. I don't have a date yet, though, but once we have a date, we'll let you know.
In December, we had a contest to rename the bistro, and a name was selected in December. Now, the culinary committee nor the culinary management, none of them are reflecting or can tell me when the name is going to officially change, or has it been abandoned?
No, it hasn't been abandoned. I'm going to let Mary Lou speak, and then I'll add to whatever she shares.
The name is holding as to whoever won the contest, so it is the Blue Water Cafe, and the name will be official when we have the sign for it. So it has not been abandoned. It has been discussed. We have to look at the signage. We have not been able to finish a culinary meeting in order to be able to do that. It will be handled this month.
And I know Darren and I met yesterday and talked about the signage. So he's working on a few proposed signs that he's going to show at the culinary committee. So once we know what that looks like, we'll order a sign and have it posted. Richard?
I want to mention to the membership here that the annual FLYCRA membership will be coming up on April 1st, and a letter will be going out explaining the opt-out basis, and that'll be coming out tomorrow and also in mid-March, so people can be prepare if they so to speak, if they're interested in not opting in.
And we hope that you'll all opt in. FlightGrow is a great organization that really represents your best interests, and it's very inexpensive too. How much is it?
It's $22 for a single and $37 for a couple.
I mean, that's really, you can hardly get a meal for that. So I think it's a great deal, and we hope that you'll all opt in. But if you want to opt out, you just let us know, and we will not bill you.
And you have to opt out by April 1st, inform the front desk. Just want to say, with the change that we did last year, our membership is now over 92%.
Great, thank you. Buddy has a comment or question.
In the 23 years that we've lived here, we've seen lots of elevator changes, but this one in the lobby elevator is magnificently better. My compliments.
Thank you. It really is nice, although we had the hiccup with a part that was defective, and then the elevator went down for a short while. But we're hoping that won't happen again. But we do know that elevators do have defective parts or will have problems. So just because we modernized it doesn't mean we're never going to have downtime. Ben?
Going to first topic, work orders. I don't know how it will work, new system, but I hope it will be fixed what is missing in the current system. When we create a work order, we give apartment number, we give a phone number. But then from there, at that point, we never know when maintenance people will come to us. It would be nice to have a phone call. We are coming to you next hour, in 2 hours.
Right.
We're coming to you today or tomorrow. This is missing now.
Right. So the comment is that it would be nice if maintenance would call before they come. It's just not. I'd love to be able to say we could do that, but it's not practical because the men are out and about and they get their work orders on their pads, and then they try to go from one apartment to another. You can allow people into your apartment by signing a form, and that way you don't have to sit home and wait. I recommend that you do that for maintenance. We have a stable staff of maintenance personnel that we know, and we have not had issues with items missing after a maintenance person goes into your apartment. Some people opt in to have the form filled out where you can be out and about, and when they come to you, they are allowed to come into your apartment when you're not there. But we won't be able to make that phone call, Ben. I'm sorry. Okay, who has the mic? Gerald.
I want to talk about maintenance for a moment, please, Susan. And one notices that in all the buildings there are scratches and scrapes and gouges on the walls in the corridors, paintwork. The elevator button walls, inevitably with all the use they get dirty. And I wonder if it would be possible, say, once a month in rotating buildings, A building this month, B building next month, C building the following month, if it would be possible for somebody to walk around each building with a pot of paint and a paintbrush and fix up the scratches and gouges and things that go wrong with the paintwork.
I mean, ideally, I think that'd be great, but I don't know, Ross, if you heard that comment or... Okay. Okay, so we are rotating, but then, and they are in C building today. You're on.
To point out that there are a couple of places on the second floor on the C building where obviously some paintwork has been done. What's happened is that there is plaster left on the floor under the elevator wall, and white paint appears on one of those. I don't know what the door is, but it's on the left-hand side as you go into the elevator lobby on the C building. There is white paint on the wall there. I spoke to Yoram about it this morning. He promised me he'd go and look. But I'm not sure that I've ever seen evidence, Ross, of this monthly painting spree that you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't think Ross said monthly. It's a rotation, correct, Ross?
It may be a rotation, but I do an inspection of A building 1 month, B building the next month, C building the following month. That's done for the maintenance committee. And I'm a regular visitor, Susan.
Oh,
And
I
see
believe
no,
you.
I haven't seen the evidence yet
Okay.
of a continuous painting program.
Okay, thank you.
I just want to ask you, you mentioned a form. 3 of us are sitting here, we don't know what form you're talking about. And that happens a lot, where there's something that we should know about and we find out accidentally.
Okay, so this is the workshop. Do you use the workshop? Okay, so
Maintenance.
oh, the form. No, the workshop form is what I was talking about. Oh, okay. Yeah, you just let the front desk know, and I think there's a form, correct? Or we just verbally? I'm looking at Marty to clarify. Okay, so what you need to do is you need to let the front desk know that you give us permission to go in if you're not home. And then what we do is we put it in the software program that we use that it's okay to go into your apartment. So if you're interested, either jot a note, leave it for us, or verbally let Susan or Marty know, and we'll put it in the system. That's okay for us to enter your apartment. Does that make sense, Roz? Okay. You just let us know, and we will mark it. Thank you. Ellen?
Yes, you referred to people, maintenance working in the apartments, if you're not there. The 12-plus years I've lived here, maintenance has always had the freedom to go in and out of my apartment, whether I'm there or not. And never, ever have I had a problem with anything missing.
Thank you for sharing that.
Hold on a second.
Maren?
The other thing is if you initiate the work order, whether the form or the portal or whatever, there's a place for comments. You can just put, you're welcome to come in.
Okay, if you use the electronic portal system.
If you do it yourself, yeah.
You can put, you're free to come in.
Or I'm not going to be here between this and that, or go in anyway, or.
Great, thank you. A lot of people aren't using the portal for the work orders. Okay. But it's good to know that you can do that as well.
Okay, I've had the same experience as Ellen. Since I've lived here for 5 years, I've let them in. I've never had a problem. However, sometimes they come and you don't know that they fixed something. Okay, so it will be nice. They do have a form, and every once in a while they have left it that says we were here and we fixed it. So I think that that's more important. So
okay, and Ross will reinforce that with his team to leave the form if they come in to fix an item.
We notice a lot of aids that residents are using here at Edgewater. Very few of them are employed by our ACTS Health Services. We haven't had a presentation from them in God knows how long. So we have no idea what their current services are, what their current fees are, anything. It's so important because all the money they make lowers our maintenance fee. And last year, actually, it lowered it by $1 million. So why aren't we promoting it at each of our residents?
Yeah, so we can do that. We can. I'll ask them to come to maybe the next Ask the Director meeting. We do have the foundation coming, and I don't recall if they're coming in March or April, but the foundation is coming to an Ask the Director meeting as well. So we'll try to squeeze Axe Home Health and Home Services into this this monthly meeting. And it is true what Buddy says. All the profit stays within the Axe obligated group, and that offsets any increases in your monthly fees. So if you were to hire a private duty aide, we prefer that you hire Axe, but we can't dictate that or say that you must hire an Axe home health aide if you're going to use an agency. You have a choice to use another agency. But the profit does end up going to the bottom line, and that offsets monthly fees for all residents living in an Axe obligated group. So we will be happy to bring them here and explain that, and also show what services we do offer through them as well.
And Susan, once a month we do have Axe Home Health Services in the lobby, and occasionally they bring by the home health lady as well.
The Medicare part.
Yeah, and it's listed in the journal as well this month.
Great. And so if you are interested in finding out, they love to talk about their services. So feel free to stop and see them, and they can also provide it one-on-one to you. But it's a good point that we should promote it as far as an option for you and a service we offer. Thank you, Buddy.
You had two things. You were going to talk about paper. Are you going to bring that up?
Oh, thank you for reminding me.
And secondly, can we ask about the COVID?
The cove, the dreadful word. Yes, you can ask. Okay, so paper. We really want to reduce our paper usage. And you may recall that we print out the journal, and if you want a hard copy, you come to the front desk and get a copy. We're trying to reduce paper. So I spoke with Roz yesterday about the idea of in the mailboxes, the internal mailboxes, we would mark those individuals who are not on the forum, and we would do it with a little dot of some sort. And when we have an announcement, rather than putting it in all the cubbies, we would just put it in those mailboxes where individuals aren't on the forum or aren't relying on the forum. And that way you'd have less paper in your house. We reduce paper costs, but you get the information electronically. And I posed that question, is that a good idea? And I personally think it's a great idea. You know, a lot of people go paperless with bills at home, and electronically you go on your bank account, you make your payments through the bank system, and we're just trying to do away with paper if possible. So more to come on that, but that's the direction we're headed. So that we can reduce the cost of paper. Okay, and then the Cove. So I had shared that we don't have a good system of ordering online for supplies in the Cove. I've been working with two companies. One that is a large company that actually mans a lot of the hospital gift shops. And one of the vice presidents of that company is working with me to see what they can do as far as providing supplies to us. So it's the same company that is at Boca Regional Hospital and their gift shop, so it's that same company, as well as our Procter & Gamble vendor is going to be trying to give us an opportunity to order retail product through them. So I have sent him back a list of the retail products that he can get that are individual retail products. So we would order, for example, a box of Dove bath bar soaps. So we would have 48 bar soaps that we could order at one time, and then we would have a supply, and we would put them on the shelf, and we would be able to electronically order all the supplies that we need for the Cove. So I'm in the process of getting that finalized, but it's taking more time than I had hoped. Once we get the supplies and we have the ordering process down, we'll go ahead and order, and we'll get the Cove open.
But how does St. Andrews do it?
They go to General Dollar Store, and I'm not going to do that. Ellen's not going to. We don't have time to run around and pick up items from the dollar stores. We just aren't. We want to make it so it's seamless, it's easy. We can order at our desk, and it's delivered to the campus. So it's just a more efficient way of using our time.
Last suggestion. Your asset directors meeting, which you have every month, is very, very informative. I have so many people come to me and said, what happened? But I know this is repeated time and time again. It's just that we don't know when and what days and what time. Can we promote that?
So we do put it on Channel 95, and
Well, Roz, last month we did post on the forum what times we were playing the Ask the Director. Remember, Roz? You suggested it. So we'll do that again after this. We'll make the link, we'll post it, and I'll let you know when it's playing. So check the online forum for when it's playing. Oh.
Okay, and then the other thing, just so you know, is we have the Axe TV channel that hasn't been rolled out yet, but if you use the K4 directory on your phone, you can actually get to the Axe TV channel and you can watch it on your phone. Not that that's a great way of watching it, but all the Axe TV videos that we've uploaded to our in-house television network, which will be rolled out this year, is already there. So for example, we record it, I upload it to the Axe TV website, and then you can actually, if you have a telephone, you can go to the K4 and then click on Axe TV, and then you select, I think it's called Let's Talk. You go there, and then you can see by month the different Ask the Director programs that we've had, and we also have the town halls there. Barnabas has a few items there, so there's some videos already uploaded onto the Axe TV channel. Eventually, our Channel 95 will go away, and we'll just have Axe TV, and that is similar to Netflix. So if you use Netflix, it's very similar. You just go in, it's on-demand watching, so you can go in and watch anything that we upload on demand. So that's coming this year.
Can I say something?
Yes.
DeAndre, tomorrow at 2 o'clock in the winery is having a K4 navigation class. And if you do not have K4 on your phone, let's get it on your phone. I want everybody to have it on there.
I try to use the K4. The most important thing to me is the directory. It's never listed on there and unable to find. Sorry.
No, it's there. If you go on your K4 on your phone, at the bottom of K4, you have other options, I believe it's called, or more. Yeah, it says more. You hit more on it, and then the directory pops up.
Yeah, Judy, so tomorrow would be a good class for you, the navigation class at 2 o'clock in the winery. And then you have people here that'll show you as well right now. But go to the class tomorrow.
Right, and I use the directory all the time. Like if I'm at home and I need to call a resident, I love it. I can just go and find someone's phone number and give them a call. So any other questions, topics, anything else you'd like to share? Maren?
I got a question, and I understand we're supposed to be nonprofit, right? Why are we paying property tax?
So we're not a church and we're not a nursing home, so I don't think we would. I don't know all the property tax laws in Florida, but I know that if you're a nursing home, you don't pay taxes, and that portion of our building we don't pay taxes on, but the other portions we do. I'm not a tax expert with Palm Beach County taxes, but not-for-profits still pay taxes. The nursing home building is not taxed. And I don't know about churches, if they're taxed in Palm Beach County. I don't know. But the rest of the buildings, we get a portion of the ad valorem portion is reduced by the homestead exemptions. All right, now with that, someone has a very important phone call, so we will close the meeting. Thanks so much for being here.